What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
Today what we're talking about is an article from Ken Lyons of Search Engine Watch. It's about product pages on e-commerce. Content issues plague many websites, and e-commerce are particularly at risk largely due because the issues that can stem from hosting hundreds or thousands of products, not hundreds of thousands of American Girls. That's not what I'm talking about. But there are some typical issues when dealing with content on e-commerce. There can be duplicate content that are on these pages. Thin content, meaning very small descriptions, not that much good content on any given page, as well as possibly too much content, too many pages that can be spammy in nature, or at least be spammy from the eyes of Google. Left unchecked, these issues can negatively impact your site's performance in the search engine result pages. So if you run an e-commerce website and you've seen traffic flatline, or slowly erode, or fall off a cliff, or anything regarding your product page content issues may be the culprit. So let's take a closer look at and examine some of the more common issues regarding e-commerce. We're going to have some fixes for you too. Duplicate content.
Big issue.
Dun, 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 dun. Duplicate content is one of the biggest issues. and right off the top, the biggest thing of all is copied versions of the manufacturer's product descriptions. Yeah. If you actually have some content that, or you may have downloaded a database from your drop shipper or your manufacturer, and you've got that on your site, guess what? There are two versions of content out there, if not more. You may have your same content mirrored on 100 other websites. Mm-hmm. Well, there's nothing unique about your content if you just have those pages of content revealed and nothing else on the website.
And they're just going to go with the most popular one. So that's, a lot of people thought that there was this penalty. There's not a penalty. It's just that you're not going to be the popular one.
Right. If
the manufacturer is putting their own content out there, they're going to be probably more popular than you are.
Absolutely. Unique descriptions that are duplicated across multiple versions of the same product is another possible problem with an e-commerce site, and query strings generated by faceted navigation. Ugh. So if you do a sort by, you click on the link sort by, the engines can spider that link.
Yeah.
And it flips over into, you'll see the string of characters in the address bar.
Right.
It looks like a different page, but exactly the same content. So, pardon me. There's a number of ways you can fix these different things. Copied products, in a large degree, e-commerce resellers copy the generic product information. How to fix it? The solution is to author original product descriptions for every product of your website. Now, can y'all do that?
Yeah, it's a lot of work for some companies.
It's a lot of work, and on top of that, they don't see the overall the value of that. If there's thousands of products, and you have to assign new content, unique content to every page, literally, that's a lot of time spent. Fresh content written, for your highest margined product pages would work best, and that's the first line of attack. There could be unique but duplicated products. To fix this, I'd concentrate multiple product version pages onto a single page. So let's say you have a size 9, a size 10, a size 11 sneaker, right? Exactly the same descriptions across the boards. All is a size variation.
Yeah.
Consolidate that all together with a drop-down menu of an option of selection of this, that, and the other, right?
Yep.
Once you combine all those pages into a single page, then you can and this is geek terms, but you can actually talk to Google and redirect all the old content to the new content. So anyway, depending on the e-commerce platform you're using, concentrating multiple versions of a product into a single URL could be difficult, but not impossible. And we have a number of different e-commerce platforms that we suggest to do just that. Some faceted navigation issues. Whenever you've got different links that are sending dozens of exactly the same pages, to exactly the same results, it can be a pretty daunting task. If the engines are spidering that, then you're having multiple pages show up with exactly the same thing. Fixing it, there's several ways to actually prevent searches from being indexed and thus causing duplicate content. You can block the faceted pages. There's a tool, there's a file on every website, or it should be on every website, called robots.txt. It's a text file. You can actually block the spidering of certain types of strings of characters, certain types of areas of a website, so you can really get faceted. Hey, I don't want you, search engine, to actually look at these different areas, and I'm going to pinpoint everything. I mean, the engine comes through, picks up that robots.txt, and then make sure. I mean, it's a suggestion. It doesn't mean that they're going to completely not see those pages, but you are communicating to the engine saying these are the important areas of content right here. You can actually do parameter handling inside of webmasters. You can do some additional coding, and if your developer doesn't know how to do those type of executions, contact someone who does. Contact Site Strategics. We can certainly help you pin down exactly what needs to be done. You can even take that information and take it back to your web developer. We want to make sure that you don't trip across these easy to trip across issues. Another thing, thin content is also another major issue. Even if a site has 100% unique product descriptions, they can sometimes be on the thin side, meaning a few bullets of text, not a paragraph, and nothing that's rich content. So now product pages with light content can still rank well, where the domain strength helps supersede that potential thin issue, but most sites don't have backlinks like Amazon or Zappos or anything like that. So there's a risk-reward type of perspective there. Thickening up those descriptions makes sense. It really does. It can reduce any risk that thin content issues might create and in turn avoid the negative impact of search engine visibility. It also freshens up your page, so you can actually do a couple different things to actually build some thicker content, for lack of a better word. You can enable and solicit user feedback. So that actually builds some unique content for that product, but it starts getting words on the page. So even if you have a few bulleted lists, a bulleted list of descriptions, having some additional embellishments about that product can start really making that page sing. I
don't think it's on here either, but video I think would be good for if you have video product demonstrations, especially with the article we had earlier about how the videos viewed more times on mobile and people are shopping more on mobile.
Zappos does that with their shoes. They show every pair of shoes.
Exactly. So I mean, that just helps the conversion rate.
Everybody knows here I love guns, and there's a Glock store website that is incredible. Literally anything about Glocks, right? All right, so they have a video on every product page. They took so much time. They produced it well that every piece of machinery, every add-on, this, that, and the other has a focused video just about that particular product. You better believe those videos get played all and very often. So there's a number of different additional things that we'd want to talk about. Too many product pages, too much content, pagination issues. We've got all the fixes on Edge of the Web Radio. Go to the link, check that out. It's a great article.
We have a couple other episodes solely dedicated to e-commerce as well.
That's right. And we're putting them all together as a library of e-commerce videos. So stay tuned on the site, because you're going to be seeing a lot of coordinated efforts to bring you good information about social media. You're going to have a number of different videos in the bank just for all these different topics we're talking about. All right after this.
You're listening to Edge of the Web Radio with Aaron Sparks. We're online with exclusive podcasts, the latest web news, and links at edgeofthewebradio.com.